I should really get a microphone arm that doesn't take up half of the screen. Yeah, so I dressed myself up a bit. Um, this is as most as you're gonna get. So I think I don't even know where to start with my video. I'm just waiting for some water to boil, making some quick ramen here, and yeah, I want to say about 10 different things at the same time, so I'm all over the place, which is terrible for a video. Um, okay, yeah. First of all, you can just rip the transcript of this and send it over to ChatGPT and get a great summary of everything I'm probably about to say. You don't even need to watch this video. In fact, just go away. Do you remember vlogs where people would just kind of blog with a video about their life? Yeah, now we have all these hyper crafted, beard's itchy, um, videos, great editing, nice dark studios people have. I mean, got some plants, but this is just my office because I like plants, and I got this cool light over there for Christmas. It's nice, a little ambiance, some vibes. Um, I'm not a YouTuber, um, and I also have this conflict of I feel like I just have a lot of stuff bouncing around that I like to get out to vocalize. I have a lot of really interesting conversations with some friends. Maybe I can do that here too somehow. But I feel like I don't want an audience. So I did a video a little while ago, posted it on Substack, which is great because I have like 0 people looking at Substack. Just an account that I made to follow people. Um, Yet, ironically, if I'm making this, then obviously I do want some sort of audience. I don't know. I just want the right kind of audience, don't we all? Nobody wants the haters. And I guess that's, especially if I start talking about tech and work and my industry, everyone's going to come in with a hot opinion. So, anyway, what do you think about Brahms? I went to the New York Phil last night, and it was one of the few programs. I know this sounds a bit cruel, but one of the few programs where I liked 100% of it. You know, typically you go to the symphony, you sign up for the Beethoven, the Mozart, and then they squeeze in a little, ooh, modern premiere, or, some sort of uh, new style that you may not be a fan of, a little too avant garde. Um, and it feels a little bit not quite a bait and switch because it's there on the program, but it's just like a little modern music sandwich. We'll do an overture, we'll do an obscure piece, and then we'll do something everyone knows. Anyway, they had a saxophone concerto, which I was totally prepared to hate. Um, you know, Ironically, I played saxophone as like a middle schooler. I'm not claiming anything here, but I played saxophone and I had fun doing it. But it is not. I hated practicing it because you don't want to hear yourself, and it's just. I guess like a lot of instruments, especially with violin, it sounds terrible when you're starting out, and as you get great, the sound can become unbelievable. And I think what was really mind blowing to me, maybe as someone who's avoided saxophone solos in the past, is hearing how the artist was able to draw out all these different timbres, qualities of the instrument. Um, you know, Not to keep harping on the anti-saxophone take, but there were times in the piece where I swore it sounded like a flute, and I had to look over to see if any of the flutes were playing behind her, and they weren't. And other times it sounded just like a clarinet, which is already pretty similar. So, and then of course, plenty of times sounding like a saxophone, but it was just so well done. I was really pleasantly surprised, and the rest of the program was great too. I realized I don't really listen to much Brahms. I don't know what happened there. He seems like the type of composer I would like, um, but I'm gonna get into that now. And I saw the fourth and last year with a friend Alex, and then last night we saw the first, and yeah, it's really great. I think maybe the reason it doesn't quite stick out, like a Strauss or I don't know, other famous composers. He is a famous composer, of course. Everybody has heard the name, but maybe he doesn't have quite the following because I feel like there's there's not a particular like motif or moment or aspect, at least in that symphony, that really stood out. It's there's no like tune you hum when you walk away. I mean, maybe there's the timpani in the beginning, boom, boom, boom. Like that's pretty dramatic, very cool intro. Um, anyway, I just rambled about Brahms, and I think my water's probably overboiling. So I'm gonna go. I was gonna talk about tech jobs and AI. I was gonna talk about how uh, companies keep asking for extreme visual craft from their product designers, seemingly leaving business strategy off the table, um, and so much more. So maybe I'll just make a few more of these. I don't need to say everything at once, but yeah, I was gonna try and give you a pitch of why you should follow me or listen to this. I got nothing. Just maybe you probably know me, and you just want to like see me talk. That's the best I got for you. So yeah, in conclusion, like I said at the top, you should have zero expectations for video quality. I think my chair is squeaking a lot while I talk. Maybe I'll switch to another chair, but that's the best you're gonna get. Um, yeah, I'll see you later.